They said it couldn't happen. They said Brock Lesnar was untouchable. They said the Beast Incarnate would never be manhandled like a rookie. Well, guess what? On Monday Night Raw, we just witnessed the impossible become reality, and the entire wrestling world is in absolute chaos right now. Femi just did what Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, and Goldberg couldn't do in their prime. He didn't just beat Brock Lesnar. He didn't just defeat him. He annihilated him. He destroyed him. He made the most dominant force in WWE history look like he didn't even belong in the same ring. And if you're sitting there thinking this was just another match, you need to wake up because WWE just changed forever. Hit that subscribe button right now because what I'm about to break down will blow your mind, and you need to be part of this conversation. Smash that like button if you're as shocked as I am. This is the biggest story in professional wrestling in years, and we're breaking it down frame by frame. Let me take you back 3 weeks. Femi had just decimated everyone on NXT. The African powerhouse had run through the entire brand like a hurricane through a paper town. But NXT? That's the developmental brand, right? That's where future stars are supposed to dominate before they get called up and humbled on the main roster. Wrong. When Femi showed up on Raw with that intense stare, that monstrous physique, and that aura of absolute destruction, people laughed. Social media exploded with memes. Oh, another NXT call-up who's gonna get buried, they said. Remember Karrion Kross? Remember Walter? They'll ruin him too, the critics screamed. Everyone assumed Oba would be fed to a mid-carder, maybe have a decent run, and then fade into obscurity like so many before him. But then Triple H did something nobody expected. He put Femi face-to-face with Brock Lesnar. The same Brock Lesnar who ended The Undertaker's streak. The same beast who made John Cena look like an amateur at SummerSlam 2014. The same freak of nature who's been unstoppable for over 2 decades. The announcement came last Monday, and the internet melted down. Comment below right now if you thought Oba had any chance going into this match. Be honest. Because I'll tell you what everyone was saying, this is a burial. This is Vince McMahon booking. Oh wait, Vince is gone, but this is still typical WWE. Build up the young guy just to feed him to the part-timer. The cynicism was real. Monday Night Raw. The arena was electric. You could feel the tension through the screen. Brock Lesnar's music hit, and that familiar bounce, that cocky smirk, that Paul Heyman introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed most dangerous man in WWE history. The crowd was hot. Brock looked ready. He looked like he was about to teach this young upstart a lesson in respect. And then Femi's music hit, and something shifted in that arena. The lights went dark. The percussion started. And out walked 270 pounds of pure violence. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now because this breakdown gets insane. The bell rang, and what happened next will be replayed for decades. Brock charged with a spear. The spear. The move that's finished legends. And Femi. He caught him. He caught Brock Lesnar in midair like he was catching a football. The crowd erupted. Jaws dropped. Paul Heyman's face went from confident to terrified in a nanosecond. Oba held Brock in the air for what felt like an eternity, looked directly at the camera, and slammed him with a thunderous powerbomb that shook the entire ring. The impact was so devastating that the referee stumbled backward. One powerbomb. But Oba wasn't done. He pulled Brock up like he weighed nothing and delivered a second powerbomb. Then a third. The crowd was chanting holy, 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 and we were only 2 minutes into the match. Brock Lesnar, to his credit, is a warrior. He's been through wars with Kurt Angle, battles with Roman Reigns, and massacres with virtually everyone else. He rolled out of the ring, trying to regroup, trying to recover. Paul Heyman was screaming instructions, looking more panicked than we've ever seen him. And that's when Oba did something that will go down in history. He didn't wait. He didn't let Brock recover. He launched himself over the top rope with a suicide dive that sent both men crashing through the barricade. A man his size, moving with that speed, that agility. Comment below if you've ever seen someone Oba's size move like that. The crowd was losing their minds. Like this video right now if you're entertained because we're just getting started. Back in the ring, Brock tried to mount a fence. He hit Oba with a German suplex. 1. The crowd gasped because everyone knows what comes next. Suplex City. Another German suplex. 2. This is where Brock usually takes over. The third German suplex was coming, and then Oba landed on his feet. He landed on his feet from a Brock Lesnar German suplex. The arena exploded. Brock's face showed something we've never seen before: doubt. For the first time in his career, Brock Lesnar looked at an opponent and realized he might be in serious trouble. Oba grabbed Brock from behind and delivered a German suplex of his own. Then another. Then another. He was out-suplexing the suplex machine. The irony was beautiful. What happened in the next 5 minutes was nothing short of a clinic in dominance. Oba Femi hit Brock with his signature running crossbody that nearly broke Lesnar in half. He followed up with a devastating lariat that turned Brock inside out. Every strike, every slam, every move was delivered with brutal precision and unmatched power. Paul Heyman was on the outside, pulling his hair out, screaming at Brock to do something. But what could Brock do? He tried for the F5. The move that's finished everyone. He got Oba up on his shoulders, and the crowd held their breath. This was it. The comeback. The moment Brock would remind everyone why he's the beast incarnate. But Oba fought out. He elbowed Brock in the head repeatedly, dropped down, and grabbed Brock for his finishing move. The fall of the gods. Oba lifted Brock Lesnar, all 286 pounds of him, and drilled him into the mat with a move so devastating, so powerful, so final that the referee didn't even need to check. Brock was out. 1, 2, 3. It was over. Subscribe right now if you can't believe what you just read. The referee raised Oba Femi's hand, but Oba wasn't finished making a statement. He stood over Brock Lesnar's fallen body, stared down at the man who's been WWE's final boss for 2 decades, and roared. The arena shook. This wasn't just a victory. This was a coronation. This was the passing of the torch, except the torch wasn't passed, it was taken by force. Paul Heyman slid into the ring, checking on Brock, looking absolutely devastated. And here's where it gets spicy. Reports backstage say that Paul Heyman approached Oba Femi after the match. What did he say? Sources are claiming Heyman might be looking to align himself with the new monster of WWE. Can you imagine? Paul Heyman, the wise man, the special counsel, potentially betraying Brock Lesnar for Oba Femi? Comment below if you think this is really happening. The wrestling world exploded on social media within minutes. Trending worldwide. #1 on Twitter. Instagram was flooded with clips. TikTok couldn't handle the traffic. Wrestlers from every promotion were commenting. AEW stars were watching. NJPW legends were paying attention. Even UFC fighters were tweeting about what they just witnessed. Let's talk about the massive implications of what just happened. Brock Lesnar has been WWE's ace in the hole for years. Whenever they needed a big moment, a big match, a big draw, they called Brock. He's been the safety net, the guaranteed ratings spike, the box office attraction. And in one night, Oba Femi just proved that WWE doesn't need Brock anymore. Triple H is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Think about it. He protected Oba in NXT, built him up as an unstoppable force, and then delivered the biggest shock in modern WWE history by having him destroy Lesnar. This isn't the old WWE playbook. This is revolutionary booking. And Brock? Where does he go from here? Does he demand a rematch? Does he retire? Does he go back to UFC? The man who's been untouchable just got touched in the most violent way possible. His aura of invincibility is shattered. Comment your predictions below because this story is far from over. Hit that like button if you want to see a rematch. This match represents something bigger than just one victory. This is WWE officially moving into a new era. The era of part-timers dominating is over. The era of young, hungry, talented superstars taking over is here. Oba Femi just kicked down the door, and behind him is a generation of wrestlers ready to take what's theirs. Look at the roster now. You've got Braun Breaker destroying everyone on Raw, Trick Williams bringing charisma and talent, Carmelo Hayes raising the bar, and now Oba Femi standing as the alpha predator at the top of the food chain. The future isn't coming, the future is now. And for everyone who doubted Triple H's vision, who said he couldn't build new stars, who claimed WWE would always rely on legends, you were wrong. This is the proof. This is the evidence. This is the moment that changes everything. Monday Night Raw just delivered the most shocking moment of 2025, and we're only getting started. Oba Femi vs. Brock Lesnar wasn't just a match. It was a statement. It was a declaration. It was the announcement that a new monster has arrived, and he's hungrier, younger, and more dangerous than anything we've seen before. The wrestling landscape just shifted beneath our feet. Championships will change hands. Storylines will be rewritten. And Femi is standing at the center of it all, ready to dominate. If you're not subscribed to WWE Reporter yet, what are you waiting for? We're bringing you all the breaking news, all the analysis, all the insider information you need. Smash that subscribe button. Destroy that like button like Oba destroyed Brock. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know because everyone needs to see this breakdown. Comment below with your reaction. Are you shocked? Are you excited? Do you think Brock deserves a rematch? Is this the beginning of the Femi era? Let's get this conversation started. The beast has fallen. The monster has risen. And WWE will never be the same again. This is WWE Reporter, and we'll see you in the next video.